Welcome. This is the Senior Safety Advice Podcast, and we are so glad that you've made it to a calmer corner of your day. Here, we focus on real solutions, practical help, and the kind of encouragement we could all use a little more of. So let's get to it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Senior Safety Advice Daily Podcast, your daily moment of calm, guidance, and encouragement as we navigate aging, caregiving, and living well together. Today, I want to talk about something simple but surprisingly powerful: finding beauty in daily routines. It's easy to overlook the ordinary moments that make up most of our days. We wake up, we get dressed, make coffee or tea, take medication, fold laundry, drive to an appointment, and somewhere between the to-do lists and the small responsibilities, the days can start to blend together. But here's what I've learned, both from life and from years of working with older adults, that beauty is often hiding inside the ordinary. We just have to slow down enough to notice it. I remember one of my clients, a woman that was living alone after her husband passed away. And she often told me something like, my days really feel the same. I miss having something to look forward to. So during one of our sessions, I asked her to walk me through her morning routine. She said, well, I wake up, I feed the cat, I make my coffee, and I sit by the window for a few minutes. I asked, well, what do you see when you sit there? She thought for a moment and she said, well, usually the sunrise, the tree outside, sometimes a little bird that visits. I smiled and I said, well, that is something to look forward to. She laughed a little embarrassed and said, I guess I never thought of it that way. A few weeks later, she showed me photos that she'd started taking of those sunrises. She'd begun noticing how different each one was. The colors, the clouds, the way the light touched her coffee cup. Her routine hadn't changed, but her perspective had. That's the quiet magic of daily life. When we start to see it, it changes how we feel about everything else. Now, it's normal to get bored with repetition. Our brains are wired to tune out familiar things so we can focus on what's new or urgent. And that's great for survival, but not so great for joy. So the trick is to bring fresh attention to the familiar. When we notice the textures, colors, sounds, and scents of daily life, we wake up parts of the brain linked to memory and pleasure. It's like giving your mind a mini spa treatment, gentle, relaxing, and restorative. Now for seniors, especially those spending more time at home, this simple shift can prevent days from feeling empty or repetitive. And for caregivers, it can help turn moments of duty into moments of connection. So here are a few easy ways that you can use to begin noticing the beauty already woven into your routines. Number 1, start your morning with intention. Before you even get out of bed, take one slow breath and notice one thing you appreciate. Maybe the quiet, maybe the comfort of your pillow, or the sunlight coming through the curtains. That tiny moment sets the tone for your day. This morning, I looked out the window as soon as I woke up, and I noticed the wind blowing through the autumn leaves and scattering them away from the tree. It was a beautiful scene. It was basically snowing leaves. It was lovely. Number 2, use your senses. Notice the smell of the coffee, the sound of running water, the feel of a warm towel, or the taste of breakfast. When you engage your senses fully, you bring color back into the ordinary. You're present at the moment. Turn chores into mindfulness. Whether you're washing dishes or folding clothes, try to move slowly and notice the rhythm of what you're doing. You might even find it calming, almost meditative. Add a touch of beauty to routine spaces. Place a flower on the table, light a candle, or play gentle music while cooking. Small details can change the emotional feel of your environment. Mark the transitions. When moving from one task to another, take a short pause, look out window, stretch your shoulders, walk around the dining room table, anything. Those pauses remind your brain, I'm still here and this moment matters. And number 6, end your day with a reflection. Before going to bed, recall one beautiful thing you noticed that day. Something simple, like the way your pet looked at you or how the sky changed colors at dusk. That reflection helps your mind rest with gratitude instead of worry. And if you're caring for someone, your days might feel like they're filled with endless tasks, meals, medications, appointments, and so much more. But even in those routines, there are moments of connection waiting to be seen. Maybe it's the way your loved one's eyes soften when you help them. Maybe it's a small smile or a shared laugh over a memory or something you're watching on TV. When you slow down enough to notice those moments, caregiving feels less like an obligation and more like companionship. I used to remind family members of my patients of this very thing during therapy sessions. I used to say something like, the task isn't the point, the moment is. And this was usually when they were trying to take over the task and get their loved one to do it what they thought was correct. Again, the task is not the point, the moment is. Helping someone button a shirt or brush their hair can be a tender human exchange. And that's where beauty lives, in the smallest acts of care. Now, I also know that some days it's hard to find beauty in anything. You might be exhausted, you might be grieving, or feeling like every day looks the same. That's okay. It doesn't mean you're ungrateful. It just means you're human. When those days come, don't force joy. Just look for something small that's steady. Maybe the way the air feels on your skin, or how your favorite mug fits perfectly in your hand. It's not about pretending everything's fine. It's about noticing that not everything is hard. Over time, those small recognitions build resilience. They remind you that beauty isn't gone. It's just quieter sometimes. So here's something that you can try this week. Choose one part of your day. Maybe your morning, maybe a walk that you do every evening, or, maybe just a simple evening routine of cleaning the kitchen. And treat it like a sacred pause. For those few minutes, let go of multitasking. Don't rush. Just notice. Notice what feels comforting, what smells nice, what sounds peaceful. You might even want to write down an observation each day. Not a full journal, just a line or two. No pressure. By the end of the week, you'll have a collection of tiny moments that remind you that life is still full of gentle beauty. Routine gives our life structure. That's true. But awareness gives it meaning. When you start to notice the details of our everyday world, the softness, the warmth, the light, we begin to see that even ordinary days hold extraordinary moments. The key is presence, because beauty isn't waiting for us in the big events. It's right here in the small ones we live every single day. So take a breath, look around, and let yourself be moved by something simple. The sparkle of clean dishes, the laughter of a loved one, or the quiet rhythm of your own heartbeat. That's life. It's still beautiful. It's still happening right where you are. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If this episode brought a little light to your day, then share it with someone who could use a gentle reminder to slow down and notice the beauty around them. You can find more reflections and daily encouragement for seniors and caregivers at seniorsafetyadvice.com. And come back tomorrow for another daily moment of calm, guidance, and encouragement right here on the Senior Safety Advice Podcast. Until next time, take care of yourself and the ones that you love.
This podcast is part of our mission to help older adults live safely and independently. If you'd like to take the next step, visit aginginplacedirectory.com, where you'll find specialists, helpful resources, and inspiration to make every home your place to thrive.